Have you ever felt that someone asks you something that seems good at first, but deep inside, you feel a sense of unease? All these questions that seem soft, even with a smile, but for some reason, after them, you feel like you've lost control of the situation. What is this? It's manipulation, and unfortunately, we often don't notice it until we're already trapped. The person trying to manipulate you won't yell or insult you. No, they act quietly, calmly, almost invisibly. And here's the question. Why don't we notice when we're being deceived? Because most manipulations begin with simple questions, and when we answer them, we start doubting our own judgment. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic, said, "You cannot change what happens around you, but you can change your attitude towards it." That's where our strength lies. The manipulator expects us to panic, justify ourselves, and react emotionally. The Stoic will remain calm, unshaken. How? Let's explore 5 manipulative questions that can trap you, and how Stoicism teaches you not just to react, but to respond with strength, calmness, and clarity. Remember, the third question, which seems so innocent, is the trap we most often fall into. And if you can spot it just before it grabs hold of you, the power will be on your side. Let's break it down. Point 1, do you trust me? Maybe you've heard this question before. It sounds friendly, almost affectionate. Do you trust me? And at first, it seems like it's just an attempt to check the level of closeness in the relationship. But in reality, it's more about manipulation than genuine concern. The question, do you trust me, holds a deeper meaning. It's not about seeking a deeper understanding or building a closer bond. In fact, it's an attempt to make you doubt your intuition and blindly give your trust. Manipulators often use this tactic to get you to forget about your own doubts and instincts. They want you to fully and unconditionally trust them without asking questions. They want you to ignore their actions and replace logic with emotional need for validation. And here's where Stoicism comes to the rescue. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it." When we hear this question, the Stoic doesn't react emotionally or rush into a discussion. In their inner world, there's already a clear understanding. Trust is earned through actions, not words. A manipulator doesn't deserve your trust just because they ask, "Do you trust me?" Trust is not a question. It's the result of actions, consistency, and honesty. It's the gradual building of a relationship where every step confirms the right choice, not just empty promises or a desire to gain trust without effort. The Stoics' response: they remain calm and answer clearly. Trust is something you earn through your actions, not through questions. I see your actions, not your words. This way, you stop giving emotional value to manipulations. There's no need to justify or agree. You don't give this question any power. This question is an attempt to make you doubt your own intuition, while the Stoic always listens to their inner voice and understands that if someone is asking about trust, it already shows a lack of it in their actions. So instead of entering into endless explanations or doubts, don't be afraid to hold your ground. You're not obligated to trust anyone just because they ask. Trust is your strength. And as Marcus Aurelius said, "If someone shows me that I am wrong, I will be happy to change, for I seek the truth, not the right to be wrong." This allows the Stoic to stay true to themselves, not succumbing to manipulations that try to make them abandon their confidence and healthy skepticism. Point 2. Why are you doing this? This question may sound innocent, perhaps even with a touch of care or interest. Why are you doing this? It seems like the other person wants to understand your motivation or behavior, but in reality, it's a classic manipulation. When someone asks such a question, they're not seeking explanations or understanding. They're trying to make you justify yourself, questioning your actions and choices. They want to unbalance you, make you feel that your actions need justification, even when you know everything is done correctly. These manipulators have one goal: to make you doubt yourself, even in the simplest actions. What does Stoicism say about this? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What you do is yours. What others say is theirs. Do not let outside influence define your essence." Instead of reacting emotionally to the question, "Why are you doing this?" or starting to justify yourself, the Stoic remains calm and responds with clarity. "I act according to my principles and beliefs. If this creates misunderstanding, that's not my problem, but the problem of the one who doesn't understand." The question, "Why are you doing this?" is not just an attempt to make you explain your actions. It's an accusation that tries to shift the responsibility for their doubts or dissatisfaction onto you. When you start explaining your actions, you unintentionally give control over the situation to the person asking. Your strength lies in remaining unshaken, not giving in to manipulation. A Stoic approach to this question: you're not obligated to explain your actions to those who are trying to manipulate you. Your inner strength is your ability to not let others' questions and doubts destroy your belief in yourself. And even if the manipulator wants to play their game on you, stay calm, hold your position, and don't engage in argument. So next time someone asks you, "Why are you doing this?" don't panic or justify yourself. Just answer firmly and calmly, "I act according to my beliefs," and that's enough. Your confidence in your own decisions and actions is what truly commands respect and triggers a strong reaction that will make the manipulator back off. Point 3. Do you really think this is your decision? This question feels like a soft blow to your autonomy. On the surface, it seems like a simple attempt to clarify if you've made the right choice. But behind this seemingly innocent mask often lies manipulation that seeks to undermine your convictions, your decisions, your independence. The question, "Do you really think this is your decision?" is not about seeking an answer. It's an attempt to erode your confidence in your own abilities, to convince you that your decision is not yours, but a result of external influences. And here's where the manipulator reaches their goal. Through this question, they try to shift the responsibility for your decision onto someone or something else. This is a classic tactic to make you doubt yourself, your right to make your own choices. How does a Stoic react to such manipulations? They remain unaffected. Marcus Aurelius, a great Stoic, said, "What you do is yours, and no one can take it from you unless you allow it." And that's absolutely true. If you are confident in your choice, if that decision was made according to your principles, then it doesn't matter what others try to impose on you. The Stoic doesn't let their convictions depend on someone else's opinion or doubts. The question, "Do you really think this is your decision?" tries to make you believe that you've been influenced by someone or something. And that shakes your inner strength, because when you give up your decisions, you let manipulators take away your internal anchors. Your strength is in your self-determination. The Stoic answers, "Yes, I believe this is my decision. And more than that, I take responsibility for it." They don't seek approval. They don't doubt their right to choose. And this inner certainty makes them unwavering in the face of any attempt to manipulate them. Don't let others take away the power of your decision. Stand firm in your choice, even if the question seems innocent. After all, if your decision truly is yours, no one can make you doubt it. Point 4. Do you seriously believe this is normal? This question, at first glance, seems fair and even supportive. A bit of surprise in the tone, as if someone is asking whether you understand what you're doing. But here lies the trap. Instead of asking this question with openness and genuine interest, the manipulator tries to make you feel that your behavior is abnormal, strange, or even inappropriate. Do you seriously believe this is normal? This is not just a question. It's an attempt to make you doubt your own standards, to push you out of your comfort zone, and to question your own judgment. The answer to this question is not just a reaction. It's a reflection of your internal stability. When a manipulator asks you this question, they're trying to destroy your beliefs, to make you acknowledge that maybe you're violating some norm, and this creates internal conflict. But what does Stoicism say? The Stoics, including Seneca, said, "It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it that defines your fate." This question, do you seriously think this is normal? It's an attempt to make you doubt your beliefs. So the Stoic, upon hearing it, doesn't panic, doesn't justify themselves. They stay calm because they know that what they do is the result of their own values and principles. Your inner strength lies in your ability to remain firm in your decisions and views, even when someone tries to challenge them. How would a Stoic answer this question? They would say calmly and firmly, "Yes, I do believe this is normal. This is my decision, and it aligns with my beliefs. You don't need to explain why this is normal for you. You simply state it with confidence, knowing that your standards are your internal truth." This question aims to make you doubt your own normality and abandon your values. But it's important to remember that your ability to not react to this pressure and stand firm is the true demonstration of strength. So instead of stopping at an answer that aligns with others' standards, just refuse to play this game. Your inner certainty is what makes you unshakable. Point 5. You really don't want to help me? This question may sound like an attempt to understand why you refuse to help someone, but in reality, it's a classic manipulation. It's not seeking explanations or real motives. This question tries to awaken guilt in you, make you doubt your resolve, and possibly push you to change your stance or decision. It's not so much a question as it is emotional blackmail aimed at making you give in. When this question is asked, the manipulator is trying to create an image of you as a heartless person who refuses to help. They want you to start feeling bad for choosing yourself or your own boundaries. And if you feel guilty, you're likely to agree to act in the way they want. What does Stoicism say? Stoics understood that we cannot control the actions of others, but we can control our response to those actions. As Seneca said, people who try to manipulate you always use your weakness against you. This is why it's important to stay calm and not succumb to emotional pressure. Your decision to help or not help should be grounded in your own principles, not emotional manipulation from others. The Stoic responds to this question not with guilt, but with clarity and calm. I help when it aligns with my beliefs and abilities. If I cannot help, it doesn't mean I don't want to. It means I'm setting healthy boundaries. Your ability to stick to your principles and make decisions without guilt is true strength. Don't succumb to manipulation. If your decision to help or refuse is based on your principles and real capabilities, don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Your boundaries and choices matter. Today, we've explored 5 of the most manipulative questions often posed to us in attempts to sow doubt, induce guilt, or push us into making decisions we don't want to make. But Stoicism teaches us a very important lesson. Our inner strength and calmness are not determined by external influences, but by how we respond to them. Manipulators may use questions to make us doubt our own decisions, but when we stand firm in our beliefs, remain confident in our principles, and don't fall into emotional traps, we regain control over the situation. Instead of rushing to explain our decisions, we can stay calm and respond with clarity. Every moment we maintain inner calm, when we don't allow manipulations to make us doubt our principles, strengthens us and brings us closer to true inner freedom. As Seneca said, "He who has power over himself can gain freedom." Your reactions are what make you strong. So remember, manipulations are just attempts to destroy your confidence. Your strength lies in the ability to remain calm, respond without emotion, and not let the outside world dictate how you should feel or act. Your inner harmony is the true strength. Your freedom is not in what happens around you, but in how you react to it. If this video has helped you feel more confident in your ability to resist manipulations, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We will continue to explore Stoic principles that help strengthen your inner power. And remember, you are what you choose to react to.